Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Let's go to the next law, the law of constant proportion. The statement of the law of constant proportion is, in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. Now here what it means, that if you take any chemical compound, then the combining elements, the combining atoms of the elements would always exist in a fixed ratio by mass. Now for example, if you take water, then we see that in this molecule, water has two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. And the ratio between hydrogen and oxygen would always remain constant. This is what the law of constant proportion means. So the ratio of hydrogen is 2, whereas that of oxygen is 1. So the ratio between hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1 by the numbers, and it is of the ratio 1:8 by mass. Okay, so if you take the ratio by mass, then we see that the ratio by mass of hydrogen and oxygen is of the order 1:8, and this ratio would always remain constant from wherever the source of water is taken up. Now, in the law of constant proportion, during the analysis, it was understood that any sample that you collect from any part of the world, whether you had collected it from sea, from the ocean, from lake, from river, from groundwater, from tap water, anywhere, if you collected the sample of water and you analyze, then you find that the ratio by mass of water would always be 1:8 between hydrogen and oxygen, and this is always going to be constant throughout. Fine. Similarly, if you take ammonia, what is the chemical formula of ammonia? NH3. Then we find that the ratio by mass between nitrogen and hydrogen is 14:3, and this ratio between nitrogen and hydrogen would always remain constant. So this is what the law of constant proportion is all about. I repeat, in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportion by mass. So if you take water, what are the two elements? Hydrogen and oxygen. What is the ratio that it can exist? It exists by numbers 2:1 ratio between hydrogen and oxygen, and ratio by mass of hydrogen and oxygen is 1:8. Similarly, if we take ammonia, then the ratio by mass between nitrogen and hydrogen is 4:3. Similarly, we have other elements. You can take any other compounds, take any other compound, and if you just compare the ratio by mass between the atoms of the compound, then they would always be constant, and thus this is what it means by the law of constant proportion. I hope this is clear to you.